Amazon is set to introduce its Prime Air drone delivery service in the UK, starting from its fulfillment center in Darlington, Northeast England there. The service is aiming to deliver packages up to 2.2 kilograms within 30 minutes, utilizing the MK30 drone capable of operating in rainy conditions. There's a lot that needs to go on here. They've got to secure approval from the UK's Civil Aviation Authority. They've got to obtain local planning permissions. There's kind of some regulatory things that happens.
CAA stuff. Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's funny. I love the way you put in rainy conditions. I mean, talk about an overused joke for the UK. Speaking from a Brit's perspective anyway. But let's talk about this one. So this is interesting. The real challenge is, it's not getting your old burrito delivered by a flying robot without crashing into a tree. I think really it's figuring out how to manage the sheer chaos, because one drone is easy, but then there'll be 10, then there'll be 100, then there'll be 1,000. It's actually managing that sheer chaos of coordinating thousands of drones, flight paths, delivery schedules, while then keeping your customers from losing their minds because some package just been delivered on someone else's roof and the neighbor's going, you would go and get it yourself. So basically, the problem here is the planning and the scheduling, which is going to have to be on steroids to manage this thing. It's going to be, plus a whole bunch of air traffic control going on.
Yeah, you bring up a good point with the burrito there, right? It probably isn't going to be long before services like Uber Eats and DoorDash start using this. But what you're saying is that the biggest issue is probably going to be not even the tech itself of carrying these packages, but managing the logistics and I guess the chaos of logistics and keeping everyone happy that they're getting deliveries on time, right? Managing expectations.
That's exactly what I think it is. I think it's really going to be that way. So, doing the drones, I think, is the easy part on this one. They fly in, they drop off, then they go back and they get charged up. And we've looked at all sorts of use cases with like dirigible balloons that's got hundreds coming out and all that kind of Independence Day scary stuff going on. So it really is going to be that's the biggest thing for me. It's going to be a nightmare making sure that, Mr. Sparrow at number 42 doesn't end up with, Mr. Steward's dog food subscription by mistake when you're expecting a burrito. That's the one for me.
That is true. However, it's something about being neighborly. I would be okay with it, right? If I have to go exchange things with neighbors, it could be fun. But then, then how does the critical thread manage the chaos of that?
Advanced planning and scheduling, but different to the whole stuff we normally talk about on the manufacturing floor, finite capacity, scheduling, planning stuff. This is APS up in the air. And obviously we got some good partners who fix these things with some amazing AI supply chain optimization solutions, because that's essentially what you're kind of dealing with, is supply chain to the customer delivery. So you've got resources to allocate. You've got these tight delivery windows that you're going to get. I'll get it to you in 15 minutes. Because right now your Uber Eats is kind of 15, 20, 30 max, isn't it? So, think of it like kind of air traffic control, but for drones, but making sure that they don't play bumper cars in the sky. That's the first solution. Second solution for me is going to be material planning and inventory management, making sure you've got real-time inventory data from Amazon's fulfillment centers, which are beasts in themselves, that will sync with drone schedules to make sure you got the right package that gets loaded up and then out to the right drone. So you got, no more dog food mix-ups.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it should be a little easier than normal air traffic because there aren't souls on board, right? If two drones crash into each other and a package gets lost,
depends who's beneath it.
That's very true. Well, it's making sure that, I guess aircraft can, if a Boeing hits a drone, it should be fine, but who knows? I love it.
Next one.